away from all the vultures. No scavengers here, just keeping it real. Big got it out the mud, but it's still so clear. So sit back, relax, and just let us lead you. If you're strolling for no reason, then we don't need you. If Big XL, he can't be stopped. Riding dirty forever, the home of real hip hop. Ride dirty, tell me y'all can't harm. I did live and fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty. Ride dirty, dog, but y'all can't harm. I did live and fly in the sky with the stars. Ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty, ride dirty.
What up, world? It's your boy Pickaxe. This is Ridin Durty Radio, the Ridin Durty Radio show. We come to you guys all the time with exclusive interviews. I gotta say one time for the good people over at WeBlazinHipHop.com, our internet radio home. That's WBHH.com, the internet's #1 hip hop and R&B station. I also gotta say one time for our FM home, 89.3 FM, who've definitely been rocking with us for the past 15 plus years. Gotta say one time for our amazing sponsors, the good people over at Liquor Lollipops. All right, Liquor Lollipops, they are a premium hard candy designed to taste like your favorite alcoholic beverage, okay? Your favorite alcoholic beverage. They got the amazing flavors. They got gin and juice. They got apple whiskey, just to name a few. Make sure you visit them at liquorlollipops.com and find out how you can be a brand ambassador, or better yet, find out how you can have them and their amazing taste at your next party. All right. I also gotta say one time for the good people over at the I Am So Shirt Company. The I Am So Shirt Company creates t-shirts with you in mind, designed for you to rep who you are and where you're from. All right. Make sure you visit them at the IamSo.com. All right. Now, I always tell you guys, anytime you're rocking with our sponsors, make sure you let them know that you heard about the company or their product right here on the Ridin Durty Show. Let them know Big XL sent you and receive a discount anytime you decide to place a order. All right. All right, man. Today is Monday, February the 3rd. A lot of us got National Football hangover. And I got some birthdays to send out to you, all right? Gotta say happy birthday to the good brother, reggaeton king, my man Daddy Yankee. Turns 43 years old today. Also gotta say happy birthday to Mr. Sean Kingston. Believe it or not, Sean Kingston is 30 years old today. Gotta say happy birthday to our former cast member of the last season of the Rap Game, Jermaine Dupri's The Rap Game. Lil Richie turns 15 years old today. Gotta say happy birthday to female rapper Lil Debbie. She turns 30 years old today. Legendary hip-hop producer Rockwilder turns 49 years old today, as well as, gotta say happy birthday and rest in peace to one of the founding members of the group, the Force MDs, my man Antone Lundy, a.k.a. TCD. Today is his birthday as well. He will be 55 years old. All right? You know, I always say, a great way to show respect and wish a person a happy birthday is by checking out any of their work via streaming or video, all right? So make sure you rock with any of the people I mentioned on their birthday. Hit them up on social media, tell them happy birthday, and tell them you find out it was their birthday via the Ridin Durty Show. Okay, now, again, man, I got to say salute to the good brothers over the Kansas City Chiefs. They brought the trophy home. And one time for my man Patrick Mahomes, who looks just like my son. So I was definitely rocking with them. But definitely one time for my man Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know, I will talk you guys to death. But I'll let you know about birthdays. Also let you know about our amazing sponsors. And I got a little hip-hop news. Nah, you know what? I'm going to go straight to our guests. I'm not even going to give y'all the hip-hop news because I definitely want to pick the brain of our guests. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's welcome to the Ridin Durty platform. You know we always bring you the artists first, the activists first, the entrepreneurs first, the people that are moving and shaking and navigating their way through our culture. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, today is no different than any other day. So welcome to the Ridin Durty platform, singer Drew Peckat, a.k.a. Drew. What's going on, my G?
Hey, what's going on, man? I appreciate that great introduction. How you doing today, bro?
Man, I'm maintaining the first thing I got to ask you is, did I mispronounce your last name?
No, you actually got it. It's Peckat. So I heard you kind of hesitate and stumble, but you ended up getting it. It's Peckat.
All right. So look, let's get this thing going because I know you like to be referred to as Drew. So Drew, the first thing I want to ask you, and I want you to let the people know where you're from and when did you start your musical journey?
Well, I'm initially from northern Michigan, but I've lived in Detroit about 7-8 years now. And honestly, Detroit's kind of where I really started breaking my foot off in the industry. And it was when I ended up meeting up with my mentor / manager / everything else, Ridin. And, he kind of just helped cultivate me and show me the game. And, he's been looking out for me. So it was really when I came to Detroit, Detroit really started putting me on. That was what happened.
All right, so I got to ask, being a person who spent a lot of time in the D, and this is right. Are you familiar with that joint? It's so cold in the D.
Yeah. And that's the truest song ever, bro. It's always cold as hell here.
One of the hosts over here at 89.3, shout out to Miss Dia. She's from Detroit, and she introduced me to that record years ago. So one time for the D. Man, what's it like pursuing music from an independent singing standpoint? Because we always hear the stories of the independent rapper. But what's it like being a crooner and pursuing it from an independent level?
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like it's different in a sense that people they hear me and they see my personality and see who I am and see like I'm a good person and good vibes and stuff, and people tend to kind of get drawn to it. So I feel like as long as the teammates that you have are strong and the game plan that you have is strong and you work very hard on your craft, I think it might be just a little bit easier than the hip-hop game, because the hip-hop game is like, all the rap cats trying to be like, I'm harder than this guy and this guy. But in like reality, I'm just coming in here like, hey, what's up, everybody? Like, hey, let me sing this song. And they're like, damn, okay. Like, what's up?
Okay.
So it's like people have been super receptive, man. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty awesome. I feel pretty blessed. I'm not going to lie. Everywhere I go, people show me a ridiculous amount of love and support. So I definitely appreciate absolutely everybody who has been supporting me, showing me love, sharing my videos, singing my songs, posting videos, all that.
All right, I have to ask.
And
no, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, and a huge shout out to Big Von, because he's really been spearheading this and been landing me in a lot of good places and keeping the momentum going and, breaking open doors for me that wouldn't have been open either way. So definitely appreciate and love to him.
All right, now I have to ask, at what age did you realize you had talent, and who are some of your inspirations?
I've been singing my whole life. Like, I got videos. It's kind of funny, man. Like, my mom has this video of me at like 4 years old, and I'm sitting in the car seat singing to a teddy bear. My younger brother, who was like 1 year old, he kept throwing shoes at me, and so I'll get mad and like put the shoe down and keep singing and stuff. But it's like, I really didn't get serious about it until I came to Detroit, honestly, and that was because when I met my mentor, Ridin, I was telling you about, I ended up meeting him, and he heard me singing. He was like, man, you ever think about doing like that professionally or this or this? And I kind of laughed at him at first. I was like, no, man, I like to sing. And I don't know. I just love it. And he's just like, I want to work with you, man. And it's like, really, he's the one that kind of brought me into this whole thing. He's the one that showed me that the dream that I had could be a reality. You know what I'm saying? And so that's really all credit to Lyric right there.
All right, now I have to ask.
That was about.
I have to ask, and I mean, I keep cutting you off. I have to ask because it's very. Man, I've been doing interviews for over 15 years, and I have never. We've been talking for 5 minutes, and I've never heard anyone pay homage or show respect to their mentor / manager the way you do. So please explain that relationship, because number one, that's very admirable. But number two, I mean, that's always great to hear.
Oh, yeah, man. Like, aside from the game and the industry itself, this is one of my literal brothers, you know what I'm saying? Like, we we've been through a lot of stuff together. It's like, you know, people you've been through trenches with and through hardships and stuff like that. So it's like we have a bond that's greater than the music, you know what I'm saying? And it really came down to that. It's a brotherhood thing. I would rather see him win, you know, than anything else. And plus, like, it's a funny thing too, because everyone always gives us a hard time because, you know, he's black and I'm white, and everyone looks at it like, what's this and this? And it's like, we actually like to say, like, you know, we're going to be the people that end that, you know, like we can be brothers and we can have camaraderie and we can come together despite any differences, despite any backgrounds or anything like that. So that's one of the main things that we push in all reality.
All right, now back to the question I asked before. Who are some of your inspirations? Who are some of the artists that make you strive to be the best?
Well, when I was a kid, I would say the person who first like got me into this was like Usher and like Chris Brown. But like when I started like tapping into R&B, it was like Boyz II Men and Joe. And I like that All for One group too. That I Swear song, that used to be one of my favorite songs. I would say probably like Boyz II Men and Usher and Joe would be my tops though. August Alsina too. He was killing them, and he had a lot of passion in his voice. I really liked his music too, because I felt like it actually said something, you know.
All right. Now, being an independent artist, is it hard to find platforms for you to showcase your talent? Because I know, especially here in Atlanta, there's almost an open mic or showcase every night, but they're mostly designed for rappers. Have you found it hard to find places to showcase your talent?
See, I think it's kind of a weird situation, because typically I would have to say yes, because the market is smaller, but because of who my team is and how respected and well-known they are, and the fact that the talent is there, and, you know, the energy is from me and the personality, and people kind of just tend to gravitate towards it. So it's like the slim pickings that are there, when they hear the project and see the movement and see the team, they pretty much are, all of them kind of like jumping behind it, like, no, we support this, like, and, you know, all the radios and everyone has been showing me a crazy amount of love. And then, just like, what was it, 2 weeks ago, I got to open up for John B. out here in Detroit, which is pretty cool. There was a lot of love out in the crowd too. I would say it's slimmer pickings, but this situation, just because of what it is, I feel like it's a little bit different, you know, than a typical situation.
All right. I got to ask, because I was checking out your Instagram. What are your feelings on the loss of Kobe Bryant?
Oh, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I cried for like 2 days, bro. Basketball, aside from music, is my biggest passion in life. Like, it goes music and basketball, like, are pretty much top and top. And Kobe Bryant and Allen Iverson were my favorite players. Like, because I'm, you know, like, that's right in my time frame. So it's like, as soon as I started watching basketball, Kobe was dominating the league, you know? So it was like, oh, this is that guy. And, like, he was the only guy that I watched going all the way up. And, like, man, it was really hard. And then the thing that kills me the most is just thinking about, you know, his wife and his family and the other families that were lost. And, like, it's just a tragedy, man. But the thing that I'm really liking seeing the basketball community and, you know, the world really come together and show, you know, all the love and support that they are. Like, even to, like, changing the NBA logo, like, you know what? I stand behind that too. Like, it's been, Jerry West for, like, since the 70s. Kobe Bryant, you know, did so much to the game on and off the court. Like, I liked Kobe because he was more than just a great basketball player. He was a great, you know, person all around, bro. Like, he was trying to mentor a whole bunch of people, like, help the kids, help the community, you know. It was definitely a tragic loss, man. The world lost a great one for sure.
Yeah, I agree. And the funny thing about the NBA logo, Jerry West, between 3 and 5 years ago, during an interview, actually stated that he no longer wanted to be the logo, and he actually was petitioning for it to be Michael Jordan. So he's definitely in compliance with it being Kobe.
Oh, that's awesome, bro. So that's awesome. See, and in reality, I really believe, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that actually goes through, because what a better way to represent such a great player that brought us all joy and love, and than to give him that credit in that spot. You know what I'm saying? So. Honestly, I couldn't even talk to people for a couple of days. Like I was kind of messed up, man. I was like, I couldn't go on social media because every time I opened my phone up, I was just like, dang, bro, like it still hurts, bro. Like, but
yeah, I'm the same way, man. I was a huge Kobe fan, boy. It never seemed the same ever again. I have to ask, when people hear your music, how often do they hear your music before they see you, and then see you and be like, whoa, I didn't know you were a white guy?
Almost every time. It's kind of funny because my team, they actually kind of made this like an ongoing little joke, right? So they'll play the song for somebody, right? And then when the people start bobbing their heads like, oh, this is hard. Okay, yeah, I mess with this. They'll look right at him and be like, all right, one thing. And be like, what? He's a white boy. And they're like, hold on a second. Wait, what? Restart that. And then every single time they restart the record and like listen to it with a whole new set of ears and like, no, this crazy, bro. Like, so it's kind of funny, man. That happens a lot.
So I have to ask, where did you get the soul?
I just went through a lot of hardships in my life, man. So it's like music for me, at one point in my life, was the only way that I could express myself emotionally because I didn't have, family around me or friends or anyone that I can confide in or anything like that. So for a couple of years, and so I really just kind of indulged in music to the point where I would like go out on a like overpass over the freeway at like 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning when no one's there, like out in Cali when I lived out there, and I would just put my headphones in and just be singing my heart out to the moon because like no one would hear me out, you know what I'm saying? So I think the soul really came from the pain and the agony and then the like great feeling that music gives me, and it gave me like positivity and motivation to keep going. It might sound crazy, but music kind of helped pull me through a lot of hard times, so that's why I really like August Alsina, because his music is very heartfelt and painful, and I can relate to a lot of things. And, when I was going through a lot of stuff, there are definitely some August songs that helped pull me through. I'm not going to lie. So that's why I give much homage and respect to him, too.
All right. As an artist who's pursuing music, how do you want to be remembered by your fans?
As somebody, who always went out and gave his all, even if he was sick, hurt, damaged, broken down. And I want to also be remembered as somebody who kept it real, and I'm not trying to be anything that I'm not. And I just want to be loving and compassionate and show, because I know that love and compassion is kind of something that the world's missing, So I would kind of want it to be like that, as like he was somebody who was fighting the good fight, you know what I'm saying?
All right, no doubt. Now, do you prefer, because I know you're a singer and a songwriter, do you prefer the stage?
Yeah.
Do you prefer the stage or do you prefer the booth?
I'm not going to lie. They both have a special place in my heart. The stage is incredible because the energy, I can be myself. Like, it's like the one spot in life that I can truly just be myself and let go and wild out and jump around, and no one's going to look at me like, dude, you're crazy. But everyone's going to look at me like, yeah, go. You know what I'm saying? So the stage is definitely incredible. But the booth has a whole nother special place in my heart because, like, that's where I can truly let go of everything that I'm feeling. I can just write it down, and I can, like, you know what I'm saying, and kind of, like, indulge into the things that, because I got, like, one song, when I went through, like, I was going through some stuff, and I wrote this one song. It was called Me and You with Reek. There was just a heartfelt, super heartfelt song. So it's like, I don't know. That's a really hard one. I'm not going to lie to you. That's really hard. I love music just all around, bro. Like, if it has to do with music, I don't even care if it's dancing. Like, I'll go out there and just start dancing. Even though I'm not the greatest dancer, I'm going to go out there and gig, though, because I just love any kind of, I don't know.
All right.
You asking me a hard question. The booth or the stage?
I also noticed that you've had an opportunity to work with legendary producer Jazzy Faye. What was that like?
Oh man, that was a huge blessing. I'm not gonna lie. Like that dude, just so everybody knows, and everyone who's following him on his page on Instagram and everything, and sees all of his posts and all his happiness. That man is exactly like that in person. Like his energy, his just how he is. Like, and it was crazy because when I walked in there, he heard the song that we were doing already, and he was like, "Man, this song dope." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, bro." And I was like, "Oh yeah, Butters, he made the beat." So I was like, "Shout out Butters, man! Like that beat is crazy." And then like Jazzy stopped me from talking, and he looked at me. He's like, "No, bro, I'm saying you're dope. Your voice, your energy, how you went on the song, da da da." And I was like, "Oh man." He's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "You ready?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh boy!" And he just hopped in the booth, and I was like, "What the heck just happened?" Like, yeah, but that was definitely a memory for life, bro. That was somebody I've actually always wanted to work with, man. And he had been following me on Instagram for some years because my mentor Reek had gotten into his ear a couple years earlier and was like saying, "Hey, I got this artist, Drew Peckat, blah, blah, blah." So he's been following me for like 2 years, and life kind of just worked itself out. It was supposed to be.
No doubt. Now, also, because when I interview people, I like to do as much research as I can. I was checking out some of your stuff on Facebook, and I noticed you had on a clothing line based out of Atlanta here. Is it OGGG? I think that's what it's called. My man Street Lotto.
Oh, yeah, Triple OG.
Yeah, Triple OG.
Yeah, Street Lotto. You know Lotto?
No doubt. I've been rocking with Lotto since I started my radio career.
Oh, no way. Shout out Lotto. Yeah, Lotto, he like part of the squad too, man. Like that guy has done nothing but show me incredible amount of love every time I see him. Big shout out to Lotto. That's why I always, try to support his brand and like put people on it. And he's part of the team. He's really cool with the people on my team too. So it kind of just like worked out like that. He was around because of them, and then we ended up building a relationship just because we were around each other,
Okay, no doubt.
But yeah, he cool people, bro.
No doubt. So look, tell me, because we live in an era now that if you're not putting that work in on the World Wide Web, then it's almost like you're not putting that work in. Well, back in the day, if you weren't in the streets. But now, if you're not putting that work in on World Wide Web, then it's almost like, what are you doing it for? Tell me how the internet, social media, and the World Wide Web, how has it affected your career when it comes to getting your music out to the masses?
I would say the approach now is different than it used to be. I mean, everyone kind of on their phone taking videos and doing stuff like this now, but it definitely made me monitor what I was posting, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It is definitely different, but the thing is I started doing the music like when it was the social media age, So all of my like Reek and Big Von and all them, they tell me about the shift that happened, when digital streaming came out, and they told me how much it like changed the game and like flipped everything upside down. A lot of people didn't make the crossover kind of things, you know what I'm saying? So like, I kind of got lucky because I got brought in when that was thriving, and so that's really all I knew. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
It's like I would always go out, and it's like when I'm seeing people, I always am like, "Oh yeah, check out this song and this and this." So I mean, I still do like the guerrilla marketing stuff, but it's like in reality, it's like as long as you post some funny content and something that's relatable or something, it's like just feeding the people. Because the difference is now you can post an awesome video yesterday, and like the world will love you, but then when they come back on your page tomorrow, they expect another page, and then they'll go from love to hate real quick because they're like, if you don't got another post, they're like, where's our content? So you just got to stay super, super active, and that's really what it becomes now. It's like you're more of a what's the word I'm looking for?
You definitely got to be social media savvy.
Yeah, exactly.
Because even in doing what
the thing is,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, but the thing is that's cool about it too, on the vice versa standpoint, is it's bringing more and more and more people together. You know what I'm saying? To work together, do little skits together, do little, I feel like the social media has actually like brought the unity in the industries closer.
Okay. Let's talk.
Because now you got all kind of people that would typically not, you wouldn't see them kicking it or anything, but it's like now you see them on like 6-7 videos together. Now you see them out here with, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it changed it a little bit, as in people are more prone to kind of like come together now than opposed to it was like competition back then, So it's like they didn't want to come together because they like, I worked and I was out hustling and showing my music to everybody, and it's like before social media, so it's like if anyone came around, they were kind of eating off of your success. But now it's like it's just different now. And it's just like everyone comes together, and it's like unity. Like, oh, we're gonna help each other boost. We're like do. I feel like it's probably a good thing. I'm not gonna lie to you, at least for the community and the artists and stuff.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I agree with you about the content. It's almost like you can't take no days off. Once you build up that momentum, it's almost like no days off because people want that content. People will find themselves addicted to your page.
Oh, they will. That's like one of their. Well, they'll like wake up and go to your page first to make sure that they didn't miss nothing. It's like the same thing when they go. All these huge artists that they like follow their whole life. It's like they go to Justin Bieber's page, they go to Rihanna's page. They're looking every day. What's new? And people getting upset when they don't see new stuff. So it's a good and a bad thing. It creates like a crazy amount of like desire and need for you to be in the public eye. But it's also a good thing too because it brings everybody closer together. So.
All right. Have to ask, if you had a celebrity crush, or if you have a celebrity crush, who would you be taking on a date?
I'm not gonna lie to you. Since I was a kid, I always had a huge crush on Selena Gomez. So she would probably be the first.
All right, no doubt.
And hopefully that would go good. So we would see how that would go.
No doubt. One time for Selena. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Get It From You, your brand new joint. Tell me a little bit about it, who produced it, and what was your frame of mind, and what was the concept behind the record?
Okay, bet. Well, the guy who produced the song is Dre Butters. Big shout out to Dre Butters. It was kind of an organic thing that happened, bro. Like I had heard about him because I was working out in Los Angeles, and he had a song that was placed out there when I was working with a major artist, and I was like, man, who is this producer that made this beat? And fast forward like a year and a half, 2 years, I ended up getting in contact with him, and so like we met up. And we just chopped it up for like 30 minutes, 45 minutes, just talking and being real, kind of like understanding.
90 seconds.
And I was actually currently going through like a breakup. And we were just kind of just talking about life and stuff. And he looked at me. He's like, all right, bro, I got it. And he literally just played like 3 chords. He's like, I was like, ooh, that was sick. And he's like, okay, yeah. So he just put that together real quick and then looked at me. He's like, all right, bro, this is kind of where I'm going with it. Like, what would you think? What would you say to this? And he's like,
60
and he
seconds.
kind of like mumbled it, right? And I was like, oh, I love that melody. And I was like, I've been feeling you a long time, baby. He's like, oh, okay, that's it. And, it kind of just went from there. Like, we just kind of were bouncing ideas off each other and just feeling it and writing about, the girl that I was like, just, going through this breakup with, and all the things that we used to do, like, I'm out chilling in my hometown, baby, because she used to love going to my hometown and stuff. So, like, it was actually, like, really great energy, and it helped kind of lift me up in a time where I was going through, a breakup. So you're kind of down, you're not feeling the greatest,
So did you and the girl ever get back together?
Yeah. No, we never ended up getting back together. She be hitting me up, but I think I'm going to leave that in the past,
10 seconds.
So look, let's do it like this, because we got to wrap it up. The first thing I want you to do is let the people know how to find you on the World Wide Web, whether it's a website, social media, whatever links you want to drop on the people. Then I want you to close the show by introducing the record to the world.
Awesome, bro. Okay. Well, all right, everybody. So the song Get It From You is actually on all streaming platforms, your iTunes, your Apple Music, Google Play, all that, YouTube. If you want to follow me on Instagram, or it's Drew Peckat. Last name is spelled Peckat. On Facebook, it is @I am_Drew Peckat. And yeah, that's about it. All the other platforms are Drew Peckat. So if you search Drew Peckat, you'll find me.
All right, introduce that joint.
All right, everybody. I hope you rock with it. This is my new joint. It's called Get It From You. Let me know how you feel.
Appreciate it, my G.
I appreciate you, man. Have a good day.
That feeling I need, you give to me. I only can get it from you. Well, I've been feeling you a long time, baby. I'm out chilling in my hometown, baby. That feeling I need, you give to me. I only can get it from early in the morning. I love it when you hit my sign. Get it when I want it. I'm pulling up in your driveway. My babe, so hoppin', my babe. Gotta be honest, you the only one on my mind. Gotta be modest, girl, you got me on my kind, yeah. Kim K, crazy, yeah. I've been trippin', I've been sippin', I've been trying to elevate. Got my mood up, now we boot up, feeling like you ever love me. And maybe we'll make a change. I've been feeling you a long time, baby. I'm out chilling in my hometown, baby. That feeling I need, you give to me. I only can get it from you. Well, I've been feeling you a long time, baby. I'm out chilling in my hometown, baby. That feeling I need, you give to me. I only can get it from tonight. Everything is all about you. I've been around the world, ain't no one like you. Tell them other dudes that's calling, they can move on. To the death, to the crib, go barely keep your clothes on, yeah. I feel like feeling on you tonight. I feel like feeling on you tonight, yeah, yeah. I feel like feeling on you tonight. I feel like feeling on you tonight, yeah, yeah. I've been tripping, I've been sipping, I've been trying to elevate. Got my mood up, now we boot up, feeling like you ever love me. And maybe we'll make a change, yeah. I've been feeling you a long time, baby. I'm out chilling in my hometown, baby. That feeling I need, you give to me. I only can get it from you. Get it from you. I get it from you.
One time for my man Drew Peckat. This is the Ridin Durty Show. Y'all definitely stay tuned. We'll be back. Yeah.